Hey hollowers, happy Sunday. Welcome to the Hedgehog Hollow. Whether you are a regular here or you're new to the channel, welcome to my craft room. Come on in, take a seat, grab a cup of tea or coffee or your favorite drink, and let's craft together. So today we're going to be sharing with you how you can take stamps that you have used before, and it's the stamps that I've used a couple of times over the weekend, and we're going to do a quick refresh of it using some stencils. Now these can be any basic shapes. You can also use basic shape dies to give it the same effect. If you are watching and we're no longer live, this was originally live, so there'll be some highs to a few people who will really kind of dive in around the 3-minute mark. I'm going to make sure I have it open on my laptop so I can read your comments as well. So let me get that open. Hey Jen, welcome. Happy Sunday everyone. I hope you're having a great day. We just spent some time with the in-laws. It's their last night tonight, so we're going out to dinner a little bit later. Hey Gina. And then we kind of walked around the mall, we had lunch and stuff, and we've come back. Greg's doing some DIY, just run off to Home Depot to get some supplies. Hey Bethany. Hey Venus. And then we'll be, kind of milling about the house and stuff like that. I still have all my samples to finish off for HSN, and I have to do my boards and stuff. All the packages are done. I'm super excited. And also I learned Lisa Fitzpatrick, she dropped, I don't know if she's here, but she dropped a comment the other day to let us know that Mega Forte is on Michaels.com. One of our distributors has listed our products there, so that's super exciting. They're also on Walmart.com. So we're really excited to hear that news as well. So welcome everyone. Let us know if you are new here as well. I have the comments open on my laptop so I can see those too. As I say, we'll give it about another 30 seconds or so, and then we will jump right in to showing you how to refresh your stamps using things you may already have in your craft room. So I can't wait to share all of this with you as well. Welcome Beverly. Lots of you jumping on in and saying hi this morning. So I'm making sure I'm all loaded up, ready to go. I don't think it's... Here we go. Hey Jenny from the Netherlands, welcome. It's her first time. Welcome to the Hedgehog Hollow. Come on in, sit down, and let's have some fun. So who else do we have who just joined? I saw some more comments. Brenda just joined as well. Kim is here. Leah's here. Lots of you joining in on this wonderful afternoon here. So let's move this to the side to give it some room. Whoops, that was a smusher. And I'm going to turn this so you can see. Hey Carrie, so you can see my desktop. Of course, we always start with our wonderful little Bob Ross here. See how that's looking. That looks pretty good on there. Everyone see that okay? You can zoom in a little bit too. How cool is that? All right, so as I said, I wanted to show you because I've talked a lot this weekend about you don't have to always have the latest and greatest thing at all. So we're going to take some basic shape stencils. Now these are what we call a spotlight stencil. This is our A2 circle. We have versions for slimlines, we have hexagons, we have all sorts of different shapes and things like that, but you can really use any basic shape. You can also make your own version of this using a die. I just like this particular one because we have stamps and things that fit inside it. So for instance, our mountain here in the Easy Winter Watercolor scenes, our Oh Holy Night fits in here. We have lots and lots of stamps that coordinate perfectly with these spotlights, but if you don't have one, you can absolutely make one at home. And we're going to use it to have some fun with this stencil here as well. So let's start off. I'm just going to use a piece of A2 cardstock, and I'm going to center. Let's see what I want to do. I think I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a border at the bottom like that so I can add something on here. I am going to trim this down ahead of time. About the trimmer. You haven't missed anything, Olivia. We are just getting started. So I'm cutting this down to 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I do happen to have a little bit of Before the Storm. So this is not a black cardstock, this is a dark gray, and it's really nice for adding accents to your card. So this one's gonna be 4 by 5 1/4. And if you have our free ebook These are the exact dimensions that we give you in there. Or you can go to freecardmakingguide.com and download your freebie. So I'm going to use a little bit of purple tape. This is the same purple tape I've been using all weekend, I'll just tell you. So I just keep reusing the same bits. So I'm just going to put a big bit on there, and you can see that looks pretty good. I'm going to use a little bit here. I like to be a little overzealous because I tend to be a big over blender. So I want to make sure that it's about right. Now, the reason I tend to stick my stencil to my cardstock like this, so it's a loose piece, I'll often use the Wendy Vecchi platform, but the other thing is when I'm going and it's something I want to keep changing colors, I like to be able to move it like this. So that's why I always put my tape on the back. A few people have asked me, and sometimes like this, you can fold it over just depending, and it gives you a nice tab to hold on to as well. So let's see. So I'm going to start off with, I think, I put my chair down so I could see you all better, and now I can't reach anything because I'm not very tall. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of bubble gum and rah-rah skirt here. So let's take our bubble gum. And don't be afraid to use your mylar that's there. I love adding a pink hue when I start doing these. And you're not going to see all of this by the time we're done because we are going to cover a good chunk of it up. But I like to have a nice foundation to work with. So that's why I'm starting with this here. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of rah-rah skirt and really add some brightness. The bubble gum is great for just adding that base pink. But I want this to kind of show up between the houses. That's why I'm putting this in there. Okay. Now I'm going to go to some Purple Rain. And here's where it's nice because now I can turn this the other way up. And I use the same, if it's a complementary color like this and I'm sticking within that family. I got a little smudgy in there, but that's okay. We'll cover it up. So you can see I'm kind of going half and half at the minute. We are going to need some blues, so let's go in with that neon, neon lights. It's such a pretty blue, it's perfect. And maybe some acid wash, I'm not sure. And I might even want the dark blue that's kind of a sneaky peek, so I just have to keep quiet. And I know none of you will tell Greg on me, so I'm safe. Hey everyone who's joining. Who else has been working on their Christmas cards? So I'm just tapping off over here, and then I'm going in just below the purple. So you can see I'm kind of building out this night sky. I love how these colors are starting to blend together beautifully. It's just such a beautiful color combination. This could be, you could turn this into a summer sky, you can turn it into a snowy sky as we're going to do on here. I'm going to use that acid wash just for a bright pop because the acid wash is a neon, so it's a slightly thicker ink. It's still water reactive, but it's just a smidgen thicker. And it adds a little bit of extra brightness. And I think I just want, this is a really dark blue, but it does add a little bit of warmth. Oh, that's a lot more than I wanted. Okay, let's blend it out. I have to go in with a bit more purple. So this is the one thing about blending is it does take, I'm going to move this up so you can see, a little bit of refinement just till you get to where you want to be. So I'm going to add a bit more purple in just to intensify because I added a bit more blue than I wanted to. But we've all done that. We've added a color that maybe didn't intend to. But I really like how that looks. I think that comes out really well. So once you are done with your ink blending, I'm going to just clear a little bit of space for us. And I'm going to grab out my Misty here. Now this is where the fun part comes in. So I'm going to take the tape off here. And my stamp is a little bit dirty still because I haven't actually cleaned it since yesterday, so just being realistic. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit because this one's a bit bigger. So I'm going to take my stamp and actually let's make sure it's clean because it is going to make a difference on this one. So I'm going to take some stamp cleaner. I just really don't want to. And this is a great way to clean your stamps, close your stamp platform and clean. But look at that. So this ink has been on there since yesterday and I'm just using a little bit of Squid Buster and a cloth. You can use your Totally Awesome cloth. Mine is over on my craft desk. I always have a tea towel to hand because I always want to dry off my stuff. So, but you can see it's now nice and clean. And I can make sure it's dry. There we go. I feel better knowing it's clean now. So here's my little trick. I'm going to use my magnet to hold my card down. I'm going to hold it down here. And if you want to be extra secure, feel free to grab a little bit of tape and hold it in place also. Now, if you're not 100% sure that your stamp is clean, use the acetate that comes in your stamp and you can then put it on top and line it up perfectly. So don't be afraid to do that either. That absolutely works. Now for this technique, that's not gonna work, but I wanted to make sure you knew that idea because it's a really cool one. I'm gonna peel this off and take away the tape. And just for a second, I'm going to put this back in the right place, like this. Whoops. It doesn't matter right now if it moves because we can put it back. Now I'm going to lay my stamp over where I want it. So you see I got it like this. So I'm going to get the stars going around. We're going to get this piece in the bottom here, all of that. And we're going to lift this up, and the fab thing, make sure it happens, is it's going to take the stencil with it, which is what I want it to do. Now, if you want to add some extra texture right now, say for instance you want to spritz it with a little bit of water. I think I must have a water one. It's just, yep, I'm checking it's not alcohol. So if you wanted to add some little droplets of water, I'm gonna add some bigger ones. So I'm just doing that. So you can see how it's, I kind of want different water droplets all over it. And again, I'll take my tea towel, press down, lift up, kind of take a look. So you see like here I've got some really big ones. If you use the Mr. Perfect PhD, I don't think I have one. Oh, I do have one with water in. You'll get different droplets than if you use the regular Mr. Perfect. So sometimes I'll kind of use both. But I really like the way it looks because it kind of looks a little bit more night sky-y. And I know that obviously I'm having Santa go in there, so. You can see how that looks on there. And then, hey Lisa, I was just mentioning how you told us about Michael's. We had no idea. We're apparently also on Walmart.com. So it's through one of our distributors, which is awesome. So thanks for letting us know. So once you are ready here, I'm gonna just hold my stencil in place and apply my ink. Now, you have two options. You can either peel this off and then clean it, line it back up a second time. Or you can take a piece of purple tape like this. Mine's a little bit sticky. Is that right? Let's make sure I got it right. My top of my Misty is really greasy, and the way you clean that, the best way I found to clean the grease off is prime time. Prime time will take that greasy film off. So I'm going to use a little bit of thicker masking tape just because this is a stronger one. Hey, Melissa. Oh goodness, this one's a mess. Maybe I'm just going to abandon this idea and just show you how it would work and hope for the best. Yep, we're going to come back to that. So what you can do, you can see the idea, you could put your masking tape down and you stamp out and you have a hinge. I'm just going to line it back up if I need to do that, because otherwise I can see this becoming a hot mess. Whoops, sorry everyone. Didn't mean to knock it. Smush it down. We transfer all the ink. Look how cool that looks. So I have taken a stamp that really was a long seam. I'm just going to line it back up because I can pretty much see where the line was. I'm going to add a second amount of ink. Move that out of the way. Down and smush. You can leave the stencil on. The reason I don't, I'll show you in a second, Jenny, why I don't do it that way and why I suggest doing it this way. See, how cool does that look? I love how this comes out. And then you can do all sorts of other things. You could stamp some splatters in. We could add some gold dots. The Posca pen is great. Mine in here, I thought it was. Nope, it's been Tilly. Tilly was in my room this morning. Okay, this is the white one. Nope, this is the black one. You could take, you know, your Posca pen. You could take a gel pen and add, you know, little. This is why I'm not a gel pen fan, because when you want it, it never works. You could add little bits of glitter on here. Tilly was in here this morning with Grandma crafting, so of course, I don't know what my stuff is. We can do that. We can add it all, you know, all sorts of different things on there. So, Dina, I'm using Remarkable. This is the mini version. It also comes in a full hexagon size, like, or octagon size, I should say, like this. And then I use the Color Hive Maker Forte inks for the colors. So I used Rah Skirt, Purple Rain, Acid Wash, Bubblegum, Neon Lights in here as well. So really fun on that. So I was going back to Jenny's thing, so I want to be careful because I've inked now on both sides. The reason I don't do this is Mylar is about just under 1 millimeter thick. And so if you stamp through this, you will always get a ridge on here, which you don't get if you do it by this technique. So that's the only reason I suggest doing it this way, is you just avoid getting that ridge, but it does give you a really nice effect. And I love how this comes out. So I will add a strip of cardstock along the bottom here, and then a beautiful sentiment. And there is a quick and easy Christmas card as well. So that's the reason I don't, but you can see it lines up perfectly on there. And it's just such a great way. And as I say, we have hexagons, we have ovals. You can do this to spotlight part of a flower. It doesn't have to be a Christmas stamp. I'm just working on Christmas designs. And this week I'll be doing some Hanukkah stamping as well. We'll be doing some lives to show you how to use some of our new Hanukkah stuff. We have an awesome long, it's a slim line, and then we have some double foilable ephemera as well. So But I really wanted to share with you that this is the same stamp I used yesterday to make that beautiful bottom piece, and you can take it and create something like this, and it looks like a totally different stamp because we have spotlighted an area of it as well. So yeah, so that's my top tip for today. Let's come see Bob Ross again so I can see you all. Hey Bob, and where am I? Come on. Hey, so yeah, so happy Sunday. I hope you enjoyed this little tip and trick. It's a super easy one, but I think it makes a big difference to your crafting as well. If you enjoyed today's tip and you learned something new to use in your craft room, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button at the bottom there. It really, really does help us. And if you want to grab any spotlight stencils, you can get them over at makerforte.com. I added a link down in the description below. And don't forget to come join us for Hedgehog Holidays next weekend. I won't be live because I will be crafting with our hollowers all weekend. It's an intense retreat and it's so much fun. We craft from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday on Zoom, and you get lifetime access to all the classes. Every hour is a different instructor, plus I also do something every hour, so you actually really get 2 videos every hour, which is awesome. And we'll be teaching you all sorts of things. We have exclusives. You get included with your ticket, you get a massive box of supplies. Has over $200 worth of stuff in it. You can still grab them over at makerforte.com, and we will have tons and tons of fun. Marcy is teaching, I'm teaching, Jen is teaching, Carrie is teaching. I mean, we're just going to have a ball as always. And I always end up showing you things I'm not supposed to share with you. We're going to also be working with alcohol inks. I'm going to share with you some of my top tricks and tips with those as well. And just have fun. So if you want to make some new crafty friends, learn, create all weekend with us as well, come join us for Hedgehog Holidays. There are 8 spots left, just 8. And then we are maxed out because we don't have a huge event. We want it to feel like a community. You will get to know each other. You will make crafty friends. That to me is the primary goal of Hedgehog Holidays, is to make sure that we build community and make some new crafty friends. So I will see you all later in the week. Don't forget we are on HSN on Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on their Facebook page. So it'll be on the Facebook. So stay tuned to our emails for that as well. We'll of course post on Facebook and Instagram as soon as we have more info. And I can't wait. We got so much coming up this week. It's going to be a super, super busy week. And after next weekend will be the new release as well, which is our official Christmas release. I'm super excited. I love Christmas cards. I honestly could create Christmas cards and stamps and everything the whole year round. So I can't wait to see you all. Thanks again for hopping in and joining me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. And I will see you very soon. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you later. Go grab your holidays ticket. Bye.